It seems to me you're a bit of a cowboy the way you're carrying on.
You listening? Fucking listen to this.
G'day, ladies, gentlemen, OG listeners, new listeners, and everyone in between. Welcome back to another episode, Throttle On, Full Send, Never Lift podcast with yours truly, me. Righto, how do we go on the weekend? Now, I usually start this like that every time I have a 48-hour break because I'm refreshed. I've just spent the weekend with the ones I love, as many of yous have. So, what more could you want in life? Same thing. Boy was excited to see me as usual. Loves his dad, and I love him. So, same as the other young fella. He's still trying to work me out, but I know it's there. I love him. Unreal babies, and so yeah, always a good weekend when you get a reset. And I hope you guys had a good weekend. I hope you spent a bit of time with the family, got out and did the things that you wanted to do, whether it be just chilling around the house, going out and having a nice meal, something like that. Get away from the stresses of life and relax. And even if you were at work, I hope everything went right. I hope your customers were happy. I hope they were nice. I hope the road treated you the way it should. Which brings me to something I seen the other day, and it's a fucking serious note because it pissed me off something chronic. Now, I don't know what went on prior, but I was going down the highway and a utility sped past me, probably doing, I don't know, 110, 115 in a 100 zone, which people do. We know it happens. Anyway, next minute, a sedan flew past me. And they're side by side for a bit. And then I see the sedan swerve into the ute and Nelly hit him. And I thought, what's going on here? And I thought, oh, maybe it's just a couple of mates having a bit of a race and doing stupid shit, which they shouldn't be doing on the highway. But then I seen the arms start coming out the window and the waving around. And then these two cars decided to just try and run each other off the road for the next 5 kilometers. Now, she's peak hour traffic, not not extremely busy, but enough to make it very dangerous. And it's fucking dangerous to start off with. How fucking stupid could you be? There's people driving down the road that are fucking innocent civilians, and if you were to run them off the road or crash into them, who's to say that you're not going to fucking kill someone else? Now, if you just want to pull up down a side road or off the road far enough that you're not going to cause a drama and punch fucking holes through each other, go your hardest. But don't bring innocent people into it. Now, we've all road raged. We've all carried on when someone's pissed us off out in the road. Trust me, I fucking do a lot of yelling every day. But to go and do something like that, where the potential for injury, fatality, anything could happen. Now, when they were up way ahead and they're still carrying on, running into each other, trying to run into each other, I'm watching cars go past. And there's cars with baby seats with babies in the back. And obviously they can't see what's going on up in front, but they're gaining on them. Now, the last thing I want to do when I go to work in the morning is come across an accident caused by fucking absolute stupidity. So if you're gonna road rage, just try and hold your temper. No little inconvenience on the road is worth fucking someone else's life or your own. So yeah, that's my little rant for today. It's absolute stupidity. It yeah, there's no place for it on the road. If you're gonna blue, pull up, punch on, away from the traffic, and get the fuck on with your day and stop being childish. Now, a bit of a yarn to cool me down a bit after that. And it's a true yarn. I was pretty impressed with myself when I said it because I didn't think I'd be that quick witted. And yeah, I thought it was funny. So I was working for a company a couple of years ago and we had bidon.com / big contracts, plenty of work. And we were really busy this week and I had to be back to load somewhere. And I was coming out of Dubbo. Now, Dubbo up to where I was unloading was probably, I don't know, 600 odd K. And I left there at midnight with road train load of cattle. Anyway, now when I poke into a farmer's place or feedlot, anything like that, through a town, through a country town, I poke along real steady because there's nothing worse than looking like a fucking dickhead, revving and roaring around, especially up someone's driveway, stirring up dust. Yeah, it's not on. So I I come up the driveway to this place and it was just breaking daylight. I'd sat in that fucking thing all night and mowed it on to get there by daylight so I could go and reload. And I flicked all my lights off and I'm poking up to the ramp and I pulled up, getting in and out, checking myself out to make sure it's right, set up on the ramp. Anyway, motorbike comes over, here comes the farmer. This is about, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes later. He comes over, he said, oh, shit, I didn't see you come in. I didn't think you'd be here this early. He said, you must have loaded fairly early afternoon. I said, nah. I said I left Dubbo at midnight. He goes, shit, you must have been upper. You must have had a good run. Now, I turned around to him without even blinking a fucking eye. And I said, what do you reckon, mate? Upper? I've been upper that hard that the fucking lights haven't even got here yet. And he pissed himself laughing, and I started snickering to myself because I thought I was pretty fucking funny. Now, mind you, I think when I got out of the truck, I didn't even touch the steps of the ground for the first 10 metres because I was that excited to be there. So, yeah, it just rolled off the top of my head, and I thought it was fucking great. So I use it all the time now. If you get the lucky chance that someone says, oh, you've been upper, and it's only just breaking daylight, I use it all the time now. How good. Give that farmer something to laugh at for the day. Brightens his day. Love it. That's what it's all about. I used to try and make them laugh as much as I could because if you build a good relationship with the people that your clientele, you'll keep getting jobs back there and they'll keep wanting you back. And there's nothing worse than going somewhere, and I've been to places before where other truck drivers have been at, and it seems like the farmer doesn't even want to know you. He just doesn't want to talk, and then after you crack a few jokes and talk a bit of smack and just genuinely be a genuine Aussie battler like myself, they seem to come around pretty quick. And then you find out why they were like that at the start because someone had been there beforehand from another company or another driver or something like that and just been a complete fucking wanker. So be kind, be courteous, drive slowly, don't throw dust around, and just be a good person, and you'll be wanted. And that was a hard thing for me as a young fella getting into the industry. Like when I got into it, 20 years old, you turn up the load at places and they'd look you up and down, and you could see what was running through their heads, more or less to say, oh, I hope they've got insurance with this young fella, unexperienced, rah, 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 when they don't. Now, this isn't all of them, this is just some of them. Just take your face value. And like, I've got a few tattoos, covered in tattoos on my arms and everything. And it's another thing I get judged for a fair bit. Now, tattoos are fuck all these days. Everyone's got them. They're like assholes. Everyone's got them. It's not like the old days where you're interpreted as a mad sort of a person or been to jail if you had the old tattoo. But yeah, getting judged when you're only a young fella, when they don't know your background and everything like that, it is a hard thing to overcome because especially when you suffer from a bit of social anxiety like I do, and the more people make you nervous, the more shit you talk, and it just pisses them off more. So yeah, it's a hard one. I had to try and prove myself that I could go to work and I could do the job, and I was kind on the cattle and kind on the gear and everything like that. And I love people telling me I can't do something because I just want to fucking prove them wrong. And it's a persistent thing in me. So, yeah, I think that helped me out a bit is just having that, how's that person say, having that dog in me, just having the drive to want to be someone that is respected and not treated like a fucking child in the industry because it is a hard industry to get into, cow carting. Not every truck driver would be able to handle it, and I'm not saying that you wouldn't, but it's not just like your general freight or anything like that. There is a lot goes into it, a lot more than just holding the steering wheel and changing gears. So it's a yeah, and with the visual judgment, I used to get it a fair bit. Like I'd have my sleeves rolled up and stuff like that, and I had a lady one day. Now I don't know what her problem was, and I'd been going pretty hard for that week, so I was a bit fatigued, and I probably looked a bit worse for wear because back to back everywhere, and I forgot my pen. I left it in the truck. Now, same thing. Had my sleeves rolled up, covered in tattoos. I asked this lovely lady, and like I'm always polite. Yeah, I got a bit of a potty mouth on me in this potty, but if I'm around women, children, I try and hold my tongue as much as I can, and please, thank yous, everything like that. And I'd been talking to this couple, they're an older couple, before loading, and I could tell already that they didn't want to borrow me. They just wanted to get the cattle on me and fuck me off out of the road. Anyway, back to the story. I asked this lovely lady if, oh, would I be able to just borrow your pen, please? I've left mine in the truck, and we were down the other end of the truck. She literally grabbed the pen basically by the ballpoint part and passed it out to me. And as soon as I went to grab it, she let go of it and dropped it on the ground and then turned around. And I'm thinking, what do you think I'm going to do? Just because I'm covered in tattoos and I look a bit rough and a bit worse for wear, I haven't had a shave for a couple of days because I've been busy. I'm not going to rob you. I fucking feel like it now because of that, but I wouldn't, mind you. You just feel like saying, "Fuck you!" Like, don't stop judging people for what they look like or stuff like that. Because yeah, it's the old saying that your parents would have taught you when you were a child. Don't judge a book by its cover until you've read the inside of the pages. And the same thing, going back to the mental health side of it, it it made me feel like shit. It made me feel like a criminal. And I started thinking, well, fuck, what did I do wrong? I done everything to my best of my ability, like I do every time when I do a job. And yeah, it really got to me and it brought me down for the day because I thought, yeah, well, if that's what people think about me, and it fucks with your head, but the same thing, you got to try and get past that because not everyone's going to like you. Not everyone has to like you, and it's just the way of life. And I'll admit, I don't like everyone. Like I said, I don't have to like everyone, but you treat people how you feel like you would want to be treated with a bit of respect. You're a fellow human being, and yeah, it it does. Like I said, it does get you down. Now, I've been to places where I've loaded, and the yards are absolute dog shit. Built in the fucking 30s when great granddad bloody established the place, and they've never been replaced. And we're trying to run cattle up into double deckers, which they never had years ago, and everything like that. No slide on the top of the ramp, and the cattle go in, and there's only so much you can do to stop them when they're under full flight. And I've had farmers absolutely scream at me and call me a useless fuck for letting cattle come back past. And I just, yeah, bite me tongue. I feel like saying a lot of things like, how about you fix your fucking ramp? How about you fix your fucking yards? And how about fuck off? I'll shut the door and drive away if you want. But you don't because you're there to do a job. You're a professional. And that's not me. Well, don't worry. I'm pretty, I'm not backwards at coming forward. But yeah, when it's not your business and it's not your truck, you just got to bite your tongue and just go with the flow. Say, yeah, mate, sorry about that. No worries. But in the same thing, they got to realise is someone could be having the best day, like he's just coming out to work and something little like that, which isn't the end of the world, happens, and then you absolutely fucking ruin his day by screaming at him. So yeah, just think before you speak. That's the main one. Three things out of that: be kind, don't judge a book by its cover, and think before you speak and act. Easy. Now, like I say every episode, we'll leave that there because I'll only get worked up. And yeah, it's just something that really frustrates me when it comes to this industry. But anyway, so this being episode 9, and for anyone who knows what the next number is, episode 10. Episode 10 will be a guest appearance. Now, I've already outlined who it is, and it's going to be, it'll be a new sort of episode that I'll do every now and then when I get the chance to be able to do it, right? 'Cause obviously, just being a small fish in a big ocean, not many people know the show or give a shit what we're all about. But to the people who do, that are continually supporting me and sharing it around and everything like that, I'll take my hat off to you. Thank you. But it'll be an episode every now and then, like I said, when I get the chance. And it'll be for the partners in the transport industry, partners of truck drivers and things like that. And like I said a few episodes back, I don't just want to be a one trick pony. If you've got a partner that's in an industry that keeps them away from home 90% and the 10% you get to spend with them, hit me up. We'll have a yarn about it. We'll talk about the pros, cons, good, bad, and everything in between. If you've got little side hustles you do to keep yourself busy while your partner's out in the industry upper. So it'll be just it won't be a common thing. It'll be just every now and then I'll drop one of them when I get the chance to talk to a partner or something like that. So yeah, that's new. Hopefully, hopefully I can get a few people on. And like I said, if you just want to come on and have a yarn, and I want to expand into a few different areas. I don't want to touch on all areas, but eh, as long as it's yeah, if it's something that can affect your mental health, I want to touch on it. I want to bring awareness to it. I want to try and help understand why. So hit me up. Like I said, on the email, I'll read it out again. And it's throttle on full send, one word, dot neverlift@gmail.com. Send me through uh, a story or something like that, and I'll get you on and we'll talk. And yeah, because this show is for everyone. Probably not kids with some of the jokes I tell and the swearing, but yeah. And if you're listening and you know someone who might be interested in getting their point across on the potty and getting the word out there further, whether it be for something to do with the industry or for something to do with mental health awareness and such things like that. They could be just an everyday person, they could be business owners, people that have struggled with mental health, influencers, Instagram, whatever. The more content I create to try and bring a point of view across, the more it's going to get out there. And hopefully, one day in the perfect world, we can put mental health on the back burner for once and for all. And not so much put it on the back burner. That sounds really shocking choice of words, but put it to a point where we don't have to stress about it as much because we're free to talk about it, as we all are. You should never be embarrassed or not want to speak up. It ain't weak to speak. Remember the words. And if you just want to give someone a shout out because you know they're struggling and they're overcoming their difficulties or they've beaten a battle, they're winning, they're trying their hardest in life and they're getting somewhere, even if they're not yet, and they will, and you want to give them a shout out and tell them they're doing good things, and yeah, send it in, shout it out, make people feel wanted, welcome, loved, and just like I said before, be kind, be a good human being. Now, a bit of an event coming up, and now I know it's not till March next year, but I'm fucking excited. And the way these years are going, as I'm peaked over 30, they're going fucking quick, so it's going to be right round the corner. And some of you like his work, some of you don't like his work. I like his work, and that's all that matters to me. And I'd love to sit down with him one day and just see how he works and what goes through his mind to come up with the shit that he comes up with. And Carl Barron. He's back with another show. Brisbane QPAC. Uh, we got 2 tickets, realised that we wouldn't be able to attend on that day. So if anyone's looking for tickets, if because the shows are nearly all sold out, it is your lucky day. I have 2 of them. Now, with these 2 tickets, I will run a bit of a competition as a bit of a thank you from me to you for your guys' support through my little podcasting journey and continued support. Now, I'll put a post on Facebook in the next couple of days, and now how you win is totally up to you guys to make the recording or send in the email. I want you guys to give me your best piss boiler. What boils your piss? And I'll pick who the winner will be. Now, also on this post, it'll have all the information on there. I want you to like, tag, share the post to all your friends, family, work colleagues. Get them involved. Get them to like, follow, share the page. Not just to win the tickets, to get involved in the journey of mental health and the industry. There could be 5 entries or there could be 5,000 entries. I'll run the comp until mid-December to give everyone a chance to like, share, follow, whatever, and come up with their piss boiler and to be able to get enough time off for March to be able to go and see him. So yeah, if you want to go and see him and you got an absolute piss boiler to pepper everyone's ears with, record it, write it in an email, message the page, whatever. Send it in, get involved, have a bit of fun, and you could be walking away with 2 tickets to go and see your favourite comedian. How easy is that? So, yeah, and don't feel discouraged if you don't win, because I will have a second and third prize. Won't be massive. Second will get one of our hats, and third will probably get a stubby cool and a few stickers. You just gotta hope for the best. Come up with a good piss boiler that shits you, and a reason as to why it bores your piss would be handy too. Don't just say fucking caravans and then hang up the recording. Have a bit of a yarn as to why it bores your piss and get amongst it. Like I said, share it to your friends, get them to get in on it, send their piss boilers in. We'll be sure to have a laugh, and obviously the winning piss boiler will be played over the episode following on that week, and I'll play a few of the good ones that I hear. If there's a lot of absolute shit, well then it'll absolutely bore my piss having to go through it. But that's my job. So I'll play a few of them, get a bit of a laugh out of it, and hopefully we can make it a continued thing. Now, on the note of piss spoilers, I had one sent in from Lockie, and the thing that boils his piss is when you're going to overtake someone in a truck, mind you, and you're sitting there wondering, oh, is he going to call me up and tell me it's right to come around? You're poking your nose out, and or should I call him, or what's going to happen here? And anyway, you make a run for it, and they don't fucking back off to make it safer for everyone. Well, you're not wrong there, Lockie. And a few people do it, not mentioning any names. Caravans. Sorry, I developed a bit of a cough there. Yes, it's extremely painful and piss boiling when people do that, especially when it was safe to overtake and they made it unsafe to overtake because they left you hanging out there for that long that a car or another vehicle, e.g., truck, anything, has come over the horizon and you're running out of time to safely do it. I feel your pain, brother. I've been hung out there for a long time by a few people, and yeah, really, really boils my piss too. So thanks for that, mate. Good on you. Keep sending them in. Tag your friends on Facebook. Let them know. Share the word. Get them to send them in. We'll get a few together. Make a bit of a segment out of it. A bit more of a segment than just me with my couple of piss boilers. So I want to hear from you. Now, to the part that boils my piss, and oh, to an extreme temperature too. The constant disregard for the ability to know how long it takes a truck to stop and how long it takes a truck to start off. Now, I was just carrying on with my day the other day, like old mate who, and we'll get to it, abused me. I was pulled up at an intersection. Now, if anyone knows it, Main Street of Yarraman in southeast Queensland. Now, it's got a corner at one end, a fucking big hill at the other end, and you're in the middle of it. And there's car parks either side for all the shop fronts. Now, I went to take off from there because the coast was clear, right? Now, I've got 60 bullocks on, which probably averaging, I don't know, 600 kilo, if not more, 700. And it takes a bit to take off. You start in low because I don't pay for clutches. So I try to look after it as much as I can because I'd hate to be paying for clutches. And I realised the coast was clear and I launched up. Now, there's a bit of construction going on the corner at the moment of a new servo. I'm assuming that's what it is. So there's builders everywhere, concreters, vehicles parked everywhere. So, and like I said, if you know the intersection, there's a fucking tree and a sign blocking your view for most of the way until you're nearly out on the road. So I hang back that little fraction to be able to see before the sign and the tree what is coming around the corner. Back to it. I launched it, right? Now, my A section, and I want to say half of my B section. So for you, for those of listeners that don't really have a clue what an A section is a 20-foot lead trailer, and it connects to your B trailer, which is a 40-foot rear trailer, B double. So most of it was out on the road, and I'm turning to head towards my destination. As I got out to where I said I was, a car come round the corner. Now, obviously, it's still slow. I'm still getting going. I won't be in your road for much longer. Well, this bloke abruptly stopped like he was going to absolutely fucking crash into me. Stopped, started fucking absolutely abusing me, pointing at me, pointing at his steering wheel as if to say, "You've just inconvenienced my day. I've had to stop." it'll take me 1.2 seconds to take off again once you're out of the way. And it's not like he was going to run into me. It's not like I just pulled out in front of him while he was doing 60k an hour and was going to bang into me. He knew I was coming because he was still at the corner while I was on my way out. And he's carrying on. So I thought, fuck it. I left it in first gear. And I just crawled out and he had to sit there for a bit longer. And that's what you get for being a fucking dick. Now, yeah, if I was to see him coming and he was right there and I just pulled out and blatantly pulled out in front of him, yeah, I understand your pain, brother. Go off your head. But when someone's that heavy and that slow trying to do their job, fuck you. And the way you carried on was like I almost fucking ran you over or I almost killed you or something. Absolute piss boiling reaction to someone fucking pulling out into an intersection. So, yeah. And on the part of not being able to stop real quick, it was our favourite tourists again, the old caravan. Coming out of Yulbar, same thing, bit of a description. When you're coming out of Yulbar, now it's 80 kilometres an hour through the town of Yulbar. You blink and you'll miss it. It's the main highway, straight through. Anyway, I'm doing my 80 kilometres an hour. The caravan was way up in front of me. And when you come out of Yulbar, you come across a bridge around a bend and then you straighten up. Now, I've come around the corner and there's a bit of a dirt pad off to the left, mind you. I've come around the corner and this caravan's poking along doing 80. And then he's just decided to fucking slow to, I don't know, 80 to 0 in a matter of seconds because he wanted to turn right and go and see a fucking historical site or whatever it was. And didn't flick his blinker on until he was nearly stopped. And of course, I'm upper, big papa. And they shit me too. Them little strip lights, them little blinkers that are pointless being on there. They're about half an inch thick and about, I don't know, 10 centimeters long. You can't see them, especially when you're focusing on what's up in front of you and you're not looking at the lights. Well, I had to hit the picks, and I fucking tell you, it took a bit of stopping because he was, yeah, he had to wait for a heap of traffic and it just didn't go to plan. I didn't fucking hit him, but I came close. And to clarify the story, I was paying attention, so don't pull that shit on me. I just didn't see his blinker and nearly suffered the consequences of it. So, yeah, lapse in my part, always pay attention. But also, if there's a fucking heap of traffic coming and you know you've got a truck behind you, it doesn't just have to be a livestock truck, it can be any sort of truck. And there's the potential that you're going to turn right, but there's a dirt pad on the left for you to pull over onto. Pull over onto the left and wait till the traffic clears and then turn right. Easy, easy. Anyway, that's my piss ballers for today. Now, I'm going to throw in a quick review, and I don't like doing reviews like this because it shouldn't be like this. And it's a roadhouse review, a survey review. And I'm sorry to say, it's not a fucking good one. From what it was to what it is now, uh, yeah, I went in there the other day. Now, I don't want to be name dropping and carrying on. We all know which one it is when I say where it is. It's at the Roma Sale Yards. Now, when that show first opened, food was good, everything was great. Showers were clean, everything like that. And I don't know, I was out of the transport industry in Queensland out of the cow carting game for 2 years. So obviously 2 years that I didn't get to go there. And I can't remember too much back just before I finished up because I never really used to go in there a hell of a lot unless it was just to get a cool drink or something like that. But on the good side of the review, the locality of it for truck drivers, perfect. Big dirt parking bay, even though it is on like a fucking 10% gradient. Just hope your maxis work real well. Righto, the bad side of this review, and I would be ashamed. Now, don't get me wrong, the people that are using these facilities too need to realise when you're using the toilets, the showers, don't be a fucking grub. It's not that long. Stand a bit closer. Trust me, I know. I went into the toilets there, quick stop before I got away on my journey, and there's two piss troughs in there, two of them bowl type ones. Now, pretty sure Chrome will make a white colour. They don't make a fucking yellow piss trough. It was that stained. There's piss all over the floor. There's chewing gum. Now, like I said, I understand there's a lot of fucking grubs in this world. But when you're running a show like that, it needs to be kept on top of. And I can fucking tell you, these piss troughs haven't been cleaned for a long time by the looks of them. Now, I thought, oh, yeah, grubby cunts. Not the owners so much, the people that are using them because it was a fucking pigsty. I went over to wash my hands, and I have a feeling that after I turned the tap off after washing my hands were dirtier than what they were before. Now, same goes again, and I can't stress it enough. It's not the servo's fault that everyone's a grub, but it needs to be kept on top of because normal, clean people want to use these facilities. The soap dispenser was half broken off the wall. They had hand sanitizer soap dispensers off the shelf, your normal dead old hand soap sitting on the counter. Well, both the lids were off them, and there was nothing left of them. There was fucking water and shit everywhere, and yeah. And I understand when you're trying to run a show like that, that when you're dealing with the public, people keep disrespecting the facilities. Well, then, yeah, it does. It is a bit of a piss boiler, and it would shit me as well. But if you're going to continue to provide that service of having toilets, showers, and the such, you need to keep them clean. Because if it's getting to you that much where you think, fuck it, I'm not going to clean it, well, not everyone's a grub. So you may as well shut them down, lock them up so no one can use them. Because the state of them was a fucking absolute disgrace. Anyway, that's my opinion. Don't get me wrong. The guys in there that behind the counter running the show, friendliest blokes you'll ever meet. Every time I walk in there, hey boss, how you going? And that's good. Bit of chirpiness never goes astray. But come on, guys. People want to use these facilities and feel clean after they use them. Not clean, but you know what I mean? No one wants fucking pneumonia of the ass or something like that. But like I said, also, and I can't stress it enough because I don't want to get targeted for saying this, it's just an honest fucking review. I can understand their point of view, but when you're providing a service, that's not how it rolls. Other than that, I got a bit of hot box food there. Like I said, I always dive into a bit of hot box food. Don't mind it. It wasn't too bad. Fair bit of oil in it, as you'd expect from hot box food, so you can't whinge too much. So yeah, That's me first. Well, not my first review of a servo, but that's the first one that haven't been happy with for a while. Righto. Now, ending that because I don't want to go any further on it because I don't want to sound like an asshole fucking running someone's business down. But yeah, I'll leave you with a quote. Oh, quote. Can't even talk today. I'll leave you with a quote to wrap the show up, and it goes like this: mental health problems don't define who you are. They are an experience. You walk in the rain, you feel the rain, but you are not the rain. And basically, my interpretation of that quote is don't let it weigh you down, don't let it consume you. You are not the problem. It's like it said, it's an experience that some people will never be able to explain. So, hello guys, I hope you're doing well. That wraps up episode 9 of the Throttle On Full Send Never Lift podcast. Until next time, keep it upright, never lift. Thanks, guys. Hey, legends, if you're enjoying what I'm doing and you like what you're hearing and you think it's some good chat, make sure you hit us up on the socials, get on the Facebook page, give it a like, give it a follow, share it around, and if you're listening on whichever platform you choose to listen to, give it a follow, give it a like, give it a share, give it a subscribe, and just remember, never live. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.